All right, and there is the set all built up, and these look really cool. I'm really happy with how these turned out. Let's go over each one individually. I'll go over the accessories and the articulation on the first one, and then if there's anything different for each of the rest, then we'll take a look at that. All right, so starting off with the IDW Optimus Prime. We do get some nice silver paint. I think I'm just going to bring in the original right away. So we did get this figure before, but it had basically a gray paint that's now replaced with the silver paint. I think the silver does look better. You get, instead of the yellow paint for the chest, you get a light up chest. So you just tap this and you get that light up feature. Lights up the eyes and the chest as well. The blaster, same thing. Instead of the gray plastic, you get silver paint. You get silver paint over here. They have changed up the legs so you get wheels on the sides. You also get silver paint for the legs. The leg design is different, so you get a new articulation on the legs as well as the neck. Speaking of that, why don't we just go over the articulation? I'll show you. So the head is on a double ball peg. So you get a joint at the neck and a joint at the head, which allows you to get down further and up further than you used to be able to, and side to side more than the original. The guns back here are also on a hinge, so they can rotate them forward, which is awesome because the originals were fixed, like these couldn't rotate, so that's a nice addition for that. We get arms at a ball joint. Shoulder pad is independent. Arms can go up to there using that cutout on the shoulder. Rotation at the elbow. Single joint elbow gets you a little past 90. You have a rotation at the wrist, isn't on a ball joint, so it rotates any direction. These can be removed if you prefer. Obviously, I prefer to keep them on. But the waist is now a ball joint, so you get a ball jointed ab crunch, side to side, and a rotation. There is a cutout here to allow this to go down a little bit further, so that's nice. Going down the legs, you have legs on a ball joint. They kick up to there, back to there. This is the new joint here. You have a cut joint here at the thigh, so you don't just get the rotation at the ball joint, you get the rotation at the cut joint as well, which is new from this. Double jointed knee gets you the full bend. So again, a new joint there for the knee compared to the original. And feet are all ball joint, that is the same as the original. So side to side, forward and backward, and a rotation. So all of that extra articulation really does add to the playability. Especially, I love that they did the guns here. We do get blasters. This is the same as the original. So you get that. We also get these blast effects. And that is the same as the original as well. But you get two of those. So you get another set of guns. And you get another set of blast effects. I found that you can use the blast effects back here if you mount it like that. So you can have this effect if you want. So another option for display. We also get the alternate hands. All of them come with a set of open expressive hands that you can pop off the ball joint, pop these on, and now you can use that to hold the gun or whatever. But the rest of the figures have basically the same articulation, so I'm not going to go over it again. Also, they all have this set of hands, so I won't show that again. If it is different, if it does have new articulation or different, I will show up. But other than that, that is the articulation on these figures. I think they've changed the way they do articulation going forward. So from now on, I believe we'll get this type of joint system for the Galaxy version. All right, next we'll take a look at the IDW Megatron. And again, this is improved compared to the original, so let's just bring in the original. You can see, because they've changed again, they changed out the joints in the legs, the proportions are definitely better. It doesn't look as chibi as the originals. So I don't know if they're planning to do this for all of the figures and go back and update the joints and the proportions, but it definitely looks more balanced. They've also replaced some of the gray bits, like on the legs and on the face, with silver. We also have a light up Decepticon logo, as well as red eyes. Really looks good. I think the cannon, the shoulder pads, the backpack, the head shape, the torso, I think all of that is basically identical. All they've really changed is the thighs, the legs, and the waist. It had some added paint on the waist, so that is nice. It does look better in the new scheme. As far as accessories, we get this blast effect here, which you can plug into the gun. The original also came with a blast effect, but it was done in purple. I actually think the purple looks better. So here's the purple. I do think this looks a little better, so I'll probably give this guy the purple one. We also get this, which I'm not even sure. I mean, it's Megatronus, but I'm not really sure how you're intended to use it. I guess you could take one of the open expressive hands. Let's just get this guy out of the way. And plug that in. And maybe plug this into here. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really hold it. So I'm not really sure where you're intended to put it. It definitely came with it, but I'm not sure what you're supposed to do with it. So I suppose you could put it in between the hands or something. Have him holding it. But there you go for the IDW Megatron. I really like the look of this one. All right, next we'll take a look at Shockwave. And Shockwave benefits greatly from the light up feature. You get the light up chest with the light up eye. That looks really cool. And again, let's bring in the original so you can compare. They've definitely changed up the legs. The chest seems similar, but there are some slight changes to the mold for the chest. The head sculpt looks identical. Backpack looks identical, still has the rubber hose. You do get the translucent purple here for the gun. They both come with the mini Shockwave blaster that they can hold. So this one is about the same as the original, with the exception to the light up feature, which I do think adds to the look of it. And we do get an additional accessory, which is this Nemesis ship. And this is meant to be a weapon, so you can put this in his hand. I found it pretty funny. So you're going to swap out the hand with the open expressive hand. And then you can hold this. It's just really funny that he's holding the whole Nemesis ship in his hand. You can also swap this out for the saluting hand. So if you prefer to have your Shockwave saluting, you can do that. So nice options on this one. Next, we'll take a look at Wheeljack. And Wheeljack, they have changed significantly. It does have a nice light up feature here with the eyes, the ears, because they made it translucent, and then the chest. And you do get the shoulder missile as well as the wings. Here's the original. And he is slightly taller, again, just due to the change to the legs. He does come with this little, I think it's called a disruptor. I don't even remember what it is. But he does come with that, in addition to his blaster. So you get a little bit of extra stuff. Here's the back. So some retooling on the legs. But I think the light up feature definitely adds to the look of this guy. They also changed the legs, the lower legs. You can see they added like a headlight or something. So that definitely looks different. But yeah, pretty cool update for Wheeljack. All right, next we'll take a look at Reflector, or Viewfinder, I guess is his name. He does come with this additional add-on lens. You can take that off if you want just the traditional look. So I guess this is his weapon that adds on there. But the light up feature looks really nice on this. It's got red eyes and green for the chest. This is a new character. We haven't gotten this before, so there's nothing to compare it to. Here's the back. Same articulation as the others, but I mean, it looks very, very nice. I really like the head sculpt on this. Nice paint detail down here. I don't think this mounts here. That would have been cool if it could mount onto the... Well, let's see. Does it? Oh, it does. Okay. That would have made sense. Yeah. So you can use that as a gun weapon as well, which is cool, especially for this character. Or if you prefer, you can have it on his chest, so he's actually a camera. That's really neat. You know, I'm glad that they gave you that that option. The instructions didn't show that, by the way. So there you go. All right. Last but not least, we have the Shattered Glass Starscream, and this looks really cool. It's actually a new mold. I will bring in the original Starscream mold just so you can see the difference. It is retooled on the chest section, on the leg section, the crotch. I think the head, or at least the face sculpt, is different. No, even the head. The head is different as well. This backpack is different too. It does allow articulation of the wings. The old one didn't. So you can now articulate the wings back and forth. Backpack itself is totally different. So this is a new mold. I just wanted to compare it to the original so you could see, but it's not an update to this. It's a new mold. The original came with the Megatron gun as his accessory. This one comes with two swords. You get one with like a slashing effect. Nice translucent blue. And then you get one just regular. And of course he has his null rays as well. So I do find that the handle is a little bit loose in his hands. It does work. It's a little bit on the loose side. But yeah, overall, this is a very good looking Starscream. If you light up the chest and eyes blue, that looks very good. So if you're a Shattered Glass fan, I think you'll be really happy with this. Especially with the added articulation. You know, you can get some nice poses out of this. Really cool. So final recommendations on the Blokees Transformers Shining version 4. And I did forget to mention the Megatron comes with a version of Ravage here. And he does have the missiles on the side. It's not posable. It's just a fixed thing, but that's cool. But I'm going to say 4 to 5. I'll recommend it. This is a pretty cool set. I like the light up features. I think it definitely adds to some of the characters, especially Reflector, you know, having the chest here, and the Shockwave, you know, having the yellow eye. Those are really the right choices for a light up figure. Even the Wheeljack, I think, you know, was a good choice for a light up. I do think they're better than their counterparts done on the original line. These two especially are better than the originals. The Wheeljack is slightly different here in the legs. This is a new character, and this is a new character. The Shockwave is probably, I would say, a preference thing. You know, I don't know if the redesign, specifically on the legs, is better or more, you know, cartoon accurate or anything like that. But yeah, it does. All of them have something that improves upon the original mold, if there was one. So I like that. That's it for today. I'm interested to see are they going to redo all of them with the new articulation, with the legs and the neck and all that, or are they really just doing, you know, of certain characters over? Because that definitely changes the Galaxy version, right? It kind of improves upon what they had. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.